Joined here with Coach Dan Creel for the Kemmerer Rangers. And Coach, this past weekend, a couple of games against Wind River and Wyoming Indian. And after the first time that you guys had played, defensively they shut you guys down. This time you put up almost 50 points in both of the games. That had to be something that you looked at as even more progress and even more evidence of the progress this team has made.
It's hard to see the good things about some of those games when you do get beat by 30 and 40 points. But yeah, I was pleased with some of the things that we did, and we are putting the ball in the basket. And I'm really pleased at the JV level. We actually beat Wind River, and boys came out and played real hard, did a good job. And then they competed really well with Wyoming Indians JV. So, the youngsters are coming along. It's a process. You do have to find some victories in the things that you do, even though you do get beat by 30 or 40. You got to see some progress in the kids, and yeah, we have seen that as a coaching staff.
When you look at some of those smaller victories, you talk about the JV wins that they had and sticking close with Wyoming Indian. When you can do that on the road and you're not doing it at the home gym, that also says something about the team, that it's not just one or two individuals stepping up at the home court in front of their fans, in front of their parents. It's people stepping up on the road where they can actually make a difference.
And it's tough, especially those two places to go into and play on the road. And yeah, the youngsters are starting to put things together a little bit, and they are scoring. Our shooting percentage has been real low at the varsity level, and we're hoping we're trying to make some changes and help the boys. And I think it is paying off at the JV level, and hopefully in the future, it's going to help us big time at the varsity level.
One of the things I also saw from those games before we move on to this weekend's games was it wasn't just one player stepping up every time. And we've talked about this a little bit before, but this week was even another example of that. Evan Finlayson, another player we haven't really talked about a whole lot this season, put up 17 points against Wyoming Indian, and you're seeing a lot more driving from him than you've seen in the past as well. And I think that has to be something that shows not only are the players getting better, but they're seeing how their skills can be used on certain levels.
You bet. Evan has, what I've told him is I want what I've told all of them. I really kind of want to work from the inside out. I want him to establish. I want him to attack the basket. That's the easiest way to get loose and get in the flow of the game, is to get that inside game and really take their man to the hole. But I tell him, hey, if you've got an open three-point shot, I want you to take it. And, Evan played good this weekend. I was tickled to death for him. I'm glad to see that he's been working hard, started out a little slow, but he's come along, and he's going to be a big part of us next year. And I was really pleased with what he did. And Dylan McLeod, I was pleased. His motor, he's going all the time. And if I could get everybody to put in the same effort as that young man, I think we're going to be all right.
Looking at this weekend's games, Big Piney coming to town for the senior night, and you have two seniors on the team right now. Victor Rodriguez, unfortunately, not playing anymore just due to the injury that he suffered earlier. Talk a little bit about what you're expecting on senior night from your players, especially going up against Big Piney, a team that you probably had one of your best performances against defensively, although offensively a lot of missed baskets might have cost you a chance in that game.
I think the boys know that this is one that, hey, we can compete with. We can go out and give them a run. We could not throw it in the ocean against those guys up at Big Piney. And, we did play some good defense, and they were a little cold, and they missed a lot of their shots. But my goodness, we missed so many shots 2 foot from the basket. It was unbelievable. If we get a few of those to fall in and hit our free throws, we're going to be competitive. This week, we've got 3 practices left for the year, and we're going to get after it. I mean, we're not laying down by any means. And I want to play for those seniors. I want those boys out there and playing hard. And, we're not giving up. We're just going to continue to do what we're doing. We're trying to get better each and every day.
And you talk about that Big Piney game, and the fact is they struggled shooting on the road at their place. Coming into this gym, where you've seen almost every team that's come here struggle with shooting with that lack of backdrop, at least in the early going of games. Is that something you're looking at as a possible way to jump in front and maybe get an advantage on Big Piney?
Well, that'd be nice. I hate starting in the hole. It seems like a lot of our games, we get out there and we get ourselves in such a rut that we're battling back for 3.5 quarters. I thought it was going to be a bigger difference than that, but teams seem to like our gym. They have shot pretty dang well is what I saw. And we've got to go out and we've got to match the intensity. And doggone it, senior night, last home game. I mean, that doesn't just get you goosebumps and, wanting to go out there and perform. I don't know what to do with the boys. I hope that they're going to go out there and respond to this with Bobby and Jordan, and Victor will probably be there on the sidelines. And, hey, we need to go out there and play some ball.
Coach, thank you once again for the time. I appreciate it every time you get to talk with me here, and good luck in Friday night's game and good luck in Saturday's game as well.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate it.